Welcome back, ghouls and goblins, to the Broken Bay, episode 3, titled Yet to be Determined. In a previous episode, our cantankerous ne'er-do-wells found themselves within the throes of very straining circumstances, such as talking to attractive women that they could not see. After much deliberation, they've concluded that they have to traipse about town and discover some guru corpses in order to inculcate themselves with the lichen community. It was the tail end with only about 90 minutes left until daylight. So they've decided to take a rest. They are awakening at 7 p.m. on April 19th, 1906. You all arise with aplomb and relish and make your way towards the room where you will reconvene for your dark conference. What do we wish to broach and what do we wish to do?
I'd like to brood on how the age must be getting to me. I slept in.
They always told me the first century was the hardest. The
Dr.
coffin.
Maragni will gently lay a hand on JC's shoulder and say, "Don't worry, you're still adjusting to the time change."
Ah, yes. Time zones and all that.
Did those even exist yet? Anyway, carry on while I look that up.
Yes, they exist.
Isn't that the whole point of the Farmer's Almanac?
1883.
Not as long as I thought it was. Anyways,
Good evening.
I'd like to check in to see if there was any notes from my man, because I'm pretty sure I mentioned using my bonkers amount of wealth to acquire some land.
You have a lot of the offers flowing in, and you're on track to own 100% of Marin County by the end of the week.
Good, good, good. I'll inform the others. I will have sizable land ready for the guru.
Excellent work. Thank you.
I'm gonna give the doctor a little nod.
Ian, who is available for us to kind of talk to about possible leads or just, day-to-day stuff?
You can speak to Auntie, or you can speak to the sheriff. The sheriff has actually set up shop in the hotel in her traditional office. You can actually just go over there and talk to her now if you want.
Yeah, I'd like to go to the sheriff and inquire if there's any leads for the missing family members.
10-4. Everyone else gung-ho for that?
Yes.
Like-
All right, perfect. You make your way to the sheriff's office. Let me open up the map. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, a lot of you make your way over to the sheriff's office. It's located on one of the middle floors. The faint flicker of gaslight flows into the windows. The sheriff is chain smoking, sitting at her desk, feet propped up. And she goes, a pleasure. Come on in. Is there anything I can be of assistance? And please, ladies, sit up front.
Yes, we came to inquire as to the last known whereabouts of these missing family members.
If you're referring to Auntie and her cadre, I believe the only lead I have thus far is to check the morgue. If they're not in the morgue, then you're going to have to do a lot of gumshoe work in order to hunt them down. Oh, everyone give me a awareness check while you're in this room. And if you wish, the sheriff has been around for a long time, and there's a lot of historical artifacts in the room. You could roll history or investigation or something else to parse something a little bit different.
All right, I'm gonna reroll investigation then.
So Daphne, you're kind of clocking, looking around the room. You see a variety of photographs. There's a photograph of the sheriff with the Emperor Norton himself. who died in like the late 1880s. And you also see a framed depiction of a charter of the Continental Congress, and based on your astute analysis, determined that that is an original copy. Which is an original copy of the Declaration of Independence, just hanging out in her room. There are also various daguerreotypes from the Civil War, some photographs from the Crimean conflict, and what seems to be some kind of sketch of her with Napoleon, as far as you could tell. She'd gotten around.
Were there any notable visits for you during the Civil War?
Well, I was present at Tatum. I like to see things head on. And I was perhaps snooping around in Appomattox, but I like to consider myself a revolutionary gal. I did come over here on the Mayflower.
That's fair enough.
She takes like a deep drag of her cigarette and then puts it out on her thigh. Is there anything else that catches your attention? I do like to talk about the wonders in here, but if we want to get down to brass tacks again, I'd be more than amenable.
I would indulge you a tale of your time with Napoleon.
Which one? The time at St. Helena when I broke him out? The first or the second time. The English are not very good at keeping a fortress secure. I was setting him up for a fall, though. My real bet was on that fella at Waterloo. That one panned out. Made quite a mint.
So you seem to be quite the profiteer of these wartime affairs yourself.
It's even better when you stack the cards in your favor to make the profit. You can always push people along to start stabbing and shooting one another rather easily. I didn't care for Napoleon III, though. That guy was a jackknife. Difficult to push. Too stupid. Didn't understand how things moved. Philistine.
I could understand and appreciate that. There's certainly no kill like overkill.
That is true. You know, I have to say, I was quite fond of the Paris Commune. A little short-sighted, but I think they were on to something. They were on to something. Oh, speaking of which, I believe I actually have a gift for you, Victor. She reaches out underneath the table and slaps a mahogany box on the table. I believe you might find this a bit, familiar. She swings
What's
it
in the
around.
box?
She pushes it forward to you and welcomes you to open it.
I open the mysterious box.
It is a Lamont revolver.
Well, now, I have certainly not seen one of these in some time. I will cherish this greatly.
I took that one off the cold dead hands of Stonewall Jackson himself. I hope you enjoy. I believe his salty tears are still on
He stows it with extreme care.
it. It's in excellent condition. She's maintained it over the 60 or so years. Now, is there anything else you need of me? I believe you should be traipsing about the city. Oh, if you must know, if you're going to investigate the morgue, the mortician's office for the city is over on the east end, near the bay, dead center of the peninsula. Can't miss it. Straight shot across town.
Duly noted and much appreciated. That will certainly be my next destination.
Oh, I nearly forgot. She slaps some shotgun shells and Lamont ammunition on the table. 50 rounds a pop. There you go. A professional courtesy.
Much obliged. And he stows them.
Is there anything else we need, ladies and gentlemen? I have to get back down to a few things. Some money needs to be moving out east if we're going to keep up appearances. She has lit another cigarette and takes a deep drag.
Have we already kind of talked to her about?
I am certainly satisfied and willing to carry on with the day.
I'm sorry, y'all. I apologize for interrupting out of her media res, but did we already talk to her about getting the money back up and running?
I'm gonna hand wave it and say you discussed it with her, and she's gonna handle it in the background because it's a perfunctory thing. And you don't need to be intimately involved in the money going back.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That all seems like stuff that she was well within her capabilities of not needing to go into the granularity of it.
Okay.
I'll be handling that on your behalf. You need not worry, the camera will be getting their pound of flesh. Or I suppose in our case, several tons. It's quite a lot of money that needs to be moved around.
And we, well, okay, that makes sense. All right.
It's good to hear that all of the affairs are in capable hands. However, if there's anything that you might need, feel free to ask.
I thank you kindly, sir. Now, ladies and gents, anything else in need of me, or shall I get back down to business, as they say?
I'll leave you to it.
She gives you a faint nod and takes another deep drag of her cigarette and then puts it down on the table and begins to type away at her typewriter and review some materials. Do feel free to send out a communique if you need any further assistance. I can be reached by Western Telegram.
Duly noted.
Well, gang, do we wish to head off to the morgue?
Yes, I'm ready.
I do, but if there's anything else that needs to be handled, that's I'm okay to do side quest.
Are there any side quests we wish to participate in? Does anyone have...
How long? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
No,
go
you
ahead,
first.
dear.
How long do we have before the charity event where Oswald the Magnificent will be?
It is running at midnight, which is an
Yes, right.
unusual time of affairs for the city.
It is unusual. Okay, that's the only thing that I want to take care of aside from the morgue today.
That's like in 5 hours, so you have plenty of time between 7 and midnight.
Yeah, but we have to use a car that maxes out at a brisk 32 miles an hour, and we have to get across the entire city, so I think we should budget for that.
All right, shall we get the drive check to get the Studebaker Model 500 up and running?
Sounds good.
Yes.
Okay, who's to give me? I think Victor's the only guy that actually knows how to drive a car. So, let me see. I think he's the only guy. Let me check here. Yeah. Victor's the only guy that knows how to drive. So, perfection. He hand cranks it while the ladies sit there politely with the palms in their hands. Juan Carlos, like a cock, is in the in the passenger seat, waiting for him to finish. Like, even though he could probably buy Studebaker if he wanted. And yeah, no drive. Just sitting there politely as Victor hand cranks it, and then they start shoveling coal into the back, and the thing starts chugging along. You make your way across town, and you eventually arrive in front of the morgue. Let me see here.
Do we have like a little music box on the dashboard? Like, do we just sound like an ice cream truck as we're going around?
Well, that song is really racist, so if you want to...
You get the idea. Is
Yeah.
there a more appropriate song to ride to?
Yeah, it is. You're actually, you have a phonograph strapped to the front of it, and you're listening to Yankee Doodle Dandy by the Edison Orchestra as you're barreling through the streets.
I'm here for it.
And of course, Juan Carlos is rapidly reloading and reloading the wax cylinders with delicacy and aplomb to make sure that it's a continuous run of music. He's the DJ. Or a PJ if one would, because it's a phonograph jockey.
He has the aux cable.
He has the aux cable. He does.
the Ox King.
You arrive at the morgue. You have to bear with me with this because I'm not going to put all these things on it to slow everything down, but the area is littered with corpses. There are bodies in sheets stacked upon sheets within carts. Various people are loading bodies off, dropping them off of the plum. It's an area of intense sadness. Sobs permeate the air, the mournful cries of those remembering the dearly departed. The area is thick with melancholy. What would we like to do?
Frankie is going to attempt to remember if she asked to get any descriptions or names for the people that we're looking for.
You did not.
Crap. Shit. Fuck.
She just told you, look for the werewolves, and then just dipped. And then no one asked any
She gave us a list.
She gave you a list?
Wait,
Yeah,
hang
she gave
on.
us a list.
Hang
What was
on.
the list?
A list of names, I believe.
Hang on. Let me go back to my notes.
Also, if need be, I'm sure we could just kind of gumshoe our way through this situation and just look for defining features of Guru that would separate them from everybody else.
The only way to discern Guru, which you all would recognize, is you have to use Auspex. So an Auspex roll right now would be extremely apropos.
I have that.
Alright, fine. 1 second. Alright, two of you don't have Auspex. But lucky for you, I can share my Auspex. So, get a little sippy.
Wait, of what? What are you
Draught
giving?
of Excellence.
Oh, yeah, you're doing that. All right, go ahead and have them drink your magic blood.
Yeah, I have to rouse check.
Can I get this without the jalapenos? You don't get a re-rouse because you're no longer an ancillary.
Cool.
So take
have
your
to go
hunger.
somewhere.
It still succeeds. That's the thing. It still succeeds. It's just you get an extra hunger point. So everyone gets Auspex. Give me an Auspex roll.
What
What's
am I
your-
adding to my Auspex 0?
What's your Auspex?
Oh, no. You get a, let's see.
It's actually a very good perk. I'm glad you picked this.
You know what? I'm sorry. My eyes are crossed. That's celerity that I'm giving y'all, not Auspex. I'm so sorry.
Oh my gosh, so fast.
Blush Shamoy. Like, which of how many members? How do several vampires under the 300s not have a single point of Auspex? So the
I
economy's in
have
shambles.
Auspex.
Yeah, no.
I have Sense the Unseen.
Roll your Auspex, my dear.
Okay.
And I will remind
I'm
everyone that
sorry,
Auspex does not break the masquerade because it's psychic power. So you just see a woman concentrating intensely, which usually would land her in prison in 1906 San Francisco, but for now she's fine.
So, are we able to use Auspex even if we're not like skilled with it or proficient with it?
Nah, it's a discipline power. You need to have Auspex.
Okay, got it.
Victor, I think you and I are going to sit here and look pretty.
And that's what they do. Juan Carlos, though, sits there with a plum and relish. And
It's what we do best.
It's what we know how to do.
Well, Juan Carlo has Auspex, I thought.
No, I have celerity and
I see. Okay,
Yeah, I
well,
think,
three of us can sit here and look pretty.
Only Daphne has Auspex. So, Daphne, you roll, and you parse through the corpses. There are hundreds of them. And you feel not the stain of the Guru. None of these bodies out here are tainted with that rot. What would you like to do?
Unfortunately, I can't feel anything. I don't think they're here. Or there are any here, I mean.
Well,
What about inside?
now
Oh, wait, are we not inside right now? Oh, I'm sorry.
You're outside
Go ahead.
surrounded by hundreds of corpses.
Oh, right. There's hundreds of corpses. Okay. Does that sense
So,
extend
do we need
to?
to find a way to return this corpse, or can we just basically go back and notify her and be like, "Yes, we found it. Here it is. Go ahead and send
Oh,
some peons to go get it."
So the shtick here is that you can parse the corpses on the outside of the morgue, but you have not been inside the morgue.
can we? I think. Well, then I think we should go inside.
Yes.
Does there seem to be any security that is guarding the inside of the morgue?
There are various constables kind of fielding questions from widows and widowers and what have you. It'll take a little bit of chutzpah, but you should probably be able to get in there relatively unmolested. It's just a matter of approach, which is up to the coteries' discretion.
I mean,
I would
can I
be
just
okay
pay a
with
guy
just
to
kind of
look the
like
other way?
that. I mean, that's an option. I was thinking we could also just kind of stealth our way in. If push comes to shove, I can literally just compel somebody to be like, "Get out of here and let me pass."
I think should we try talking our way in? Because like we could probably. Well, I'm sorry. I'll say this in media res. Perhaps we should um, pose ourselves as grieving relatives and try and make our way inside.
Yeah, I do like Jack's approach though. Like it just kind of seems like the role playing get them out of the picture option is the best one.
Okay.
Juan Carlo is very resourceful. We can certainly use his resources.
All right, ladies and gents, you got 5 seconds. Let's stick to a plan. What do we got here? And do it in mini res.
AC, dear, would you like to pay them off?
Oh, bribery's always an option.
Of course.
Thanks, love.
I'd like to go up to the constables and ask them, and just be like, we would like some privacy, please. And then pull out like a wad of, I don't know, $25.
Jesus Christ, it's so much fun. um, give me a persuasion check.
Can I do it with
DC
advantage?
3.
Persuasion.
1 bonus. Add 1
You know
to
what's
your roll.
funny?
What?
If I have to perfectly succeed on all 3 of these.
Oh my god, why are we having him bribe people? Wow, you did it. Congrats. The constable looks and goes, "Oh, of course. An instant time of mourning. Why, of course, sir." He opens a door and lets you into the morgue.
Cool. I'll lead the way, I guess.
You enter into the morgue. You hear the whispers and frantic rushing of the technicians as they are attending to the bodies. They seem to be ignoring you. You're currently on the upper level in this initial entryway. What would we like to do?
Um, I will look over to our friendly residential Auspex user.
Yes. Let me see what I can tell. And what kind? Are we? You said we're in a hallway, or is this gonna be like a big, a space with a lot of doors, or what are we sensing through exactly?
You're going to be trying to sense through stone, steel, and glass. So
Okay.
take a -1. The DC is 3.
How do I take a -1?
Whatever you roll, I subtract 1.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it. Bad. You find your senses are blocked. Something here is throwing you off of your game.
Unfortunately, I am not able to extend my abilities to this particular building for some reason. We may want to find what is causing the block or search independently.
The doctor will gently touch Daphne's hand and say, "That's all right. Thank you." So,
Um,
shall we split up and look for clues?
yes.
Yes,
I
let's.
I agree that to be the best course of action, yes.
Everyone give me a roll to discern. Whatever you believe is appropriate within reason. Remember, you have to roll an attribute and a skill. Hey!
Oh my
Wow!
god!
A very rare Dr. L. It is amazing. The doctor's distracted by all the corpses.
Oh yeah, the doctor is trying to fit as many corpses as she can into a bag. I'm kidding. We are not doing that. We are not attracting the guards. I promise.
I mean, I could probably just pay some people off to
Juan
drink
Carlos and
We'll do that
Juan
later.
Carlos alone remembers that bodies are usually stored underground and reaches the conclusion that if they wish to ascertain as to any other bodies, they should descend into the basement. Please relay that to the coterie, Juan Carlos. Or Chewy, except he's not Mexican, so we can't do that.
We should get closer in the basement downstairs. We're a bit far away to really be doing all this sniffing.
Clever. Down we go.
Agreed.
Let's
We'll
try
follow
this.
your lead.
Do we see the stairs? Can we go
You
down
do.
them?
You descend into the stairs and you find yourself in a room with 4 prepared bodies. What do we wish to do?
Should I use Auspex again?
If you want.
Would it help?
Did you do your rouse checks, by the way?
I did not.
Do them. Give me
Should I
one
do
rouse check for the last aspects you did.
Okay. And how do I do a rouse check again? I click on the rouse check button, and then do I need
You
to push
click on the
anything
little
up?
skull to the right of your hunger.
Okay. Oh my god.
Not the world's best. So, do you want to do aspects again?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do Auspex again.
Alright, give me a rouse check and do aspects again.
Alright, let me try again.
Fucking neonates. Your rouse check, my dear.
Oh, I need to do.
Every time you use your powers, unless it says it's free.
Okay.
Goddamn bitch.
Nice.
There are 4 bodies in here. One of them attracts your attention. There's a particular aura about it. A large, muscular man with a firm, brown coif lies upon a table. Unlike the rest of the bodies, this one has been de-ensanguinated. There are large glass vials of his blood, huge quartz firmly upon the table to the left of his body. What would we like to do?
I think we need to look at the big one, and I'll point to the big one. And I'm sorry.
Is it possible?
Oh, go ahead, baby.
I was going to say, is it possible that we need to, like, re-sanguinate this body?
Give me a medicine check. Or rather, a cult or medicine. Honestly, whatever you think is appropriate to discern whether this man can be brought back to his humors.
I would like to lay that to the party to see if somebody with actual insight into that area of expertise can be more informed with their answer to that question.
Dr. Morgan.
Does a 4 pass?
Yeah, that's actually extremely high. He's dead.
Okay.
That's it. He's dead.
Okay.
You're not bringing him back. He's dead. Now, do we wish to do a medicine check to discern the cause of his death? You can do an immediate ocular pat down and discern that the mortician's report is not affixed to the body. The only outwardly thing is that the man is buck-ass naked, and that there is a stab wound in his chest, and all of his blood is sitting in delicate little jars.
Is there a toe tag possibly? I mean, I know it's probably a long shot because it's a disaster, but is there anything like that?
No, but you can see that there is a small alcove which has his possessions within it. Unfortunately, one is insufficient to diagnose this. It's either a medicine or an occult check. Fucking stupid fucking doctor.
Is a 3 sufficient?
Yes. I need an occult check from you, Doctor.
On it.
DC 4.
DC 4. And using my specialty of alchemy is not going to help me here, correct?
No.
Okay, thought so.
You fucking bitch. So.
The doctor is in.
Read it and weep.
You place your hand upon his chest and start to analyze the singular stab wound that's upon his body. You can see that the flesh has been singed and charred. Now, Daphne, are you going to relay the information you have about this corpse? Via your aspects, you can conclusively reach that this is the body of a guru.
Yes. Well, this looks like, this body appears to be a guru, but as far as, we don't know what the qualifying, thing is to be a family member, right? Or we're just looking straight up for guru, that's what you mean by that, is that correct?
You need to find a member of their family. They happen to all be werewolves, so finding a werewolf is it's a good sign. It's a good sign.
Okay. In media res, I suppose we might conclude that this fellow is someone of import to Auntie. Perhaps we should look into his personal effects.
Perfect. Give me an investigation check on his effects. Now, Doctor, for your medicine and your occult check, you determine there's a kind of char and a kind of crispness to the wound, like a heat almost. And via your occult check, you can determine that this is a result of a silver blade reacting with guru flesh. This creature was killed with a silver weapon. With your medicine check, you can see that there's no outward indication of any. Hold on a second. There's no defensive wounds. There's no slashes or scrapes, and the wound is clean and firm, as if there was no resistance while the blade was plunged into its victim. Now, Daphne asked for your investigation roll. Thankfully, a 1 is all you needed. You check his personal effects, and you find a business card that says Bartholomew de Lugo. And you remember that Auntie told you that the premier clan of the Guru in the area are descended from Sardinia, and their surname is de Lugo. So this is definitely one of them. What would we like to do?
How much do we have to pay the guards to look the other way if I put this body and also all of his blood into my bag? The Guru are very suspicious. I'm sure they'll want it. Certainly they won't want it lying around a mortal morgue. A kind morgue.
Can all of you Give me a rouse check. Everyone, a rouse check.
Hell yeah.
Did you all pass?
We're just gaming.
Though all of you take in the scent of the guru blood. It's fresh. It's still hot. Tempting, but you resist. What would we like to do, gang?
Can you say that last name again for me? Bartholomew DeLugo? DeLugo?
Yeah, it's a Sardinian surname. I'm just gonna post it in chat. Because they're
Man.
all Sardinians.
I'll sort of hold out the business card under perhaps some light, if there is any or much, and just say, this appears to be a family. I believe we can confirm that this is a family member.
Wonderful. Fortunately, I did bring my recovery bag, let's call it. And the doctor pats the large bag that she carried with her. That is ostensibly a doctor's bag, but also she uses to carry corpses sometimes. And so, shall we pack it up and go?
I would say so, yes.
Wonderful. She gets to work and packs it up, sort of like, folds the body so that it will fit in her bag. And she also stores the jars of blood as well. Since probably shouldn't be left here.
Shouldn't we check more corpses? Just to be sure.
Yes, what do the other corpses, or what kind of like appearance do the other corpses have?
Oh, thank God, someone said it.
But you said they weren't notable.
I didn't say that. I said the one that was the most noteworthy
Oh.
was the one that was a werewolf. Like, now, here's one noteworthy thing that a lot of you have missed in your investigation, but I'm going to give it to you. Why would these 4 bodies be here, sitting all meticulously and detailed and light to the tragedy? Give me just a raw intellect roll. The DC is 2.
Wait, you want to see my raw intellect?
This is gonna be bad. Immediate fail.
Hang on.
Not saving your best. I like how only Brain Boy wins. Doctor, you conclude that the reason these bodies are in this condition is because they arrived here before the earthquake.
Oh.
So whatever befell this particular werewolf happened before the earthquake, 2 days ago. Now, do we wish
Dr.
to...
Morgagni will share this with the class. She says, these bodies, they must have gotten here before the earthquake happened. There's no other reason they would be dressed and attended to, while the rest lie in piles outside. Let's examine the other 3 corpses, shall we?
Alright, there are 3 bodies. I will give you an overly broad brush. There is a red-headed woman with sallow skin, a black man riddled with nicks and scars, and a tall, muscular man with a firm tan. Which one do we wish to examine first?
Muscular man with a firm tan.
Blonde hair and a tan.
You rang.
Thanks, Captain. So, Captain, I need you to play this corpse. I will remind you that your character is dead. Alright, so you are in front of a tall, muscular man with a firm tan and weathered features. His flesh is pale, discolored, with a modest amount of bloat. He reeks of the sea. What would we like to do?
Does he have his personal effects near him?
He does, but they are all soaked in seawater and are illegible. Alright, we would
And the doctor sorry,
go on.
use medicine to determine cause of death?
Yes. Jesus Christ. He died from drowning. The discoloration, the bloated capillaries, the whole 9 yards. Died from drowning. You could tell, though, that there is no sign of a struggle on his body, though. It seems that this was afflicted to him in a manner in which he could not resist. What else would we like to examine? Oh, with your medicine check, you can also see that there are strange lashes and bounds, marks upon his legs, as if something was coiled around them to affix him in place. And his box of effects are tainted by seawater. They are presently illegible.
His clothes, and I just want to cover all bases. He doesn't appear to be just like a Navy man or something. He seems to be like somebody that was taken and drowned.
Correct. Victor, are you looking at the body?
Yeah, sure, I'll look.
Give me a firearms check. Firearms plus whatever skill you believe is appropriate. Victor, you look over the man's body and you can see the firm calluses and various indentations and rubs upon the man's hand from a veteran gunslinger. This is no mere Navyman or Marine. This is a skilled gun for hire. Even a soldier wouldn't have calluses that far around deep.
It would appear that this one led the life of either a warrior or a mercenary for hire, perhaps.
Interesting. And no sign of struggle on him either, aside from the markings around the legs. Same with the guru. Interesting. Can we examine the remaining two bodies?
Alright, the lady or the man?
With the man?
Alright, you see a black man riddled with nicks and scars. His most noteworthy feature is his chest is caved in, as if a great force struck him. What would we like to examine?
Is it redundant to look for a cause of death?
You could reach the conclusion that the caved-in chest likely killed him, but give me the medicine check with a +2.
Figured. I thought that might happen. I thought that might be the case.
Get the fuck out of here. I'll let you re-roll that for free, because this is ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculously easy. Just go ahead. Do it again. What the fuck, lady? I mean, well, I give you a +2. So, with your 3, you can look over the crust and chest, and you see the faint outline of a horseshoe. He was kicked in the chest by a horse, which is what killed him. we wish to examine his personal effects.
Yes.
His effects are neatly arranged and detailed in the corner. There are his work clothes, which have been bloodied and impacted by the kick of the horse, and there is a letter in an envelope. The letter in plain English is a detail of his wages paid working down by the harbor and managing the horses, and he even got a performance bonus of $10 on top of his weekly wage for a total of 15. However, you note that the money is missing from the envelope, and there is an indication as to the address where the money should be paid. It seems someone stole the funds that were to go to his family.
Friends, I know that we're busy, but I feel compelled to find out what happened to these stolen wages. It also seems
If you say
surprising
so, Doc.
for someone. Now, I have very little experience with working with animals, at least beyond kine. But it seems unusual to me for someone so skilled at his job managing horses to be killed by one. By a kick, wouldn't that indicate behavior unusual to someone who is capable at managing them?
Perhaps it was a horse spooked by somebody else.
Perhaps.
Or perhaps it was intentionally arranged by somebody who wanted to add a last mark of embarrassment to this person's death.
Can the doctor tell if the wound perhaps was inflicted at any particular angle? Because I know that like it would be different if like it appears that this body was trampled versus kicked. But you did say kicked, I guess.
Give me another medicine check.
Sadly.
Come on, Dr. Frankenstein. I believe in you, Dr. Frankenstein. You could tell that this was a single direct kick straight to the chest. Most particular and unusual. As if the man was standing directly behind a horse, which you could tell based on his performance bonuses and his pedigree was not something, not a thing this man would make a mistake of doing.
Notable. Dr. Morgagni is furiously writing this down in her notes. Please forgive me while I also do that.
And the man's name, based off of the materials you find, is Desmond Babineau. It seems he's a God-fearing Louisiana man who decided to make his way out west. Oh, and to make things even worse, there is a small little photo of him and his family all happy and pleased.
No!
Do you want these children to starve? You better get them this man's wages. Like,
And we have his home address, right?
yeah. Meta, just give him the damn money.
I know. Perhaps Juan Carlos could send these poor people.
I mean, how much could a laborer cost? $10. Like,
Yeah, I mean, how much do these people possibly need to live the rest of their lives? Writes out a check for 10 grand.
No,
Jesus.
totally. I just also want to find out what happened to them because I'm a nosy bitch.
Are we ready
Not
to go?
only is it imperative for us to find out what happened to these people,
Wait,
it is also about sending a message, and that message being that they should not mess with the guru or the ones in charge.
Give me a politics roll. Anyone who sees fit.
I'll do a politics
Try.
roll. It's gonna be a 0.
carving? True.
Well, we can all do it, right? You said anyone who sees fit.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
God
There
damn,
we go.
Victor! Now we're fucking
Victor.
talking, motherfucker! Victor, you are astute. This seems to be an attack against labor, and whatever caused this particular death is an attack against the stability of San Francisco itself.
Which is very much what I inferred that this was. This was no just mere accident. This was no random attack. This was entirely intentional and to send a message to which I think we are obliged to reply in extreme.
Reward violence with violence. I'm familiar with that.
Yes.
Indeed,
Certainly.
I do think that is an appropriate answer.
Perhaps we should then take a look at the final body.
Wonderful idea.
The redhead.
The final body is a red-headed woman with sallow skin. Her effects are placed in a small box. It is a large semblance of bustiers in various inner and outer skirts and an exterior dress made of a beautiful green, the kind of which you can only get with properly application of arsenic. What would we like to do? No, you cannot steal her clothes.
I don't need to in this game. Perhaps the doctor could make an assessment again.
Doctor is writing notes and would love to. The doctor would love to make an assessment.
You spend a fair amount of time scrutinizing the exterior of this woman's body, from every pock and beauty mark and crease and curve and fold and mire, and you at first do not find anything that seems to indicate the outward cause of death. But as you are manipulating her neck, you discover that the vertebrae of her neck have been snapped. However, there is no external indication as to how this happened. There's no bruise or contusion or scrape or cut or burn mark from rope or the strangle of a man's hands upon her neck. It's like it just happened.
Hmm. How unusual.
How old is this woman? In appearance?
Like mid-20s. She still has full caked on lead-soaked makeup, so mid-20s.
So, I assume, Doctor, and I would always love to hear your input, that this fair lady is most likely a lady of the night. She questions the doctor.
One of the effects in her box is in fact a merkin. So yes, you can reach that conclusion.
Oh my god.
Is a what?
A merkin.
Oh, do you know what that is, Libby?
I do not know what that is.
It is a genital wig. You would only
Okay.
have this if you were a prostitute.
How do you spell that?
I think it's Merkin. Hold on a second. Let me just Google this really quick and out myself.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'm correct. It's Merkin.
Oh dear.
Because, men loved the hairy snatch back in the day, but it was unsanitary, so prostitutes would shave and wax it down and then just wear a pubic wig to trick dudes. I will now post this in general chat so that everyone here... I love that for promo image! Alright, so... Alright, so anyway, yes, she is a lady of the night.
Do her effects contain anything to indicate her name?
You find a small... You find a kind of brooch with an image of what seems to be an older woman in it. And it says, "To my darling Penelope." So you assume the woman's name is Penelope.
Okay. This is also unusual, in that there is no visible cause of death. Generally, when there's neck trauma, there are external signs, both from whatever caused the trauma, hands, rope, other tools, as well as signs of bruising, even post-mortem. This is very unusual.
You, my dear, are connected to the occult. Am I mistaken?
Great observation. Storyteller, I'd like to make an occult check.
You may do so. Let's. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, what exactly do you want to know?
Was was there supernatural intervention to prevent the to prevent any external signs of death?
You could tell based on the lack of external indication and the subtlety of the injury that this was definitely caused by a supernatural influence, and your conclusion is likely magecraft more than anything. The taint of blood sorcery would be readily apparent, and this is not a discipline that you have any inclination or understanding of. This was done by a mage.
This was definitely caused by magic, by a mage. We'd better make sure we meet with Oswald later. Although we should keep this close to the chest for now. I think we should do some more digging on him. Perhaps his whole guild. Before we bring this up.
Is there anything else in her personal effects?
A small clutch with a hand mirror, some various makeup, some very tasteful lipstick, and of course a snuff box.
Well, this has been certainly enlightening.
Yes.
Shall we take the patient back to the hotel?
I think we could safely do so, and yeah, why not?
Gentlemen?
Does the gentlemen have anything else they'd like to investigate?
I'm ready to go.
All right, how do we wish
Buffalo's
to?
going to look over to the doctor and say, you know, I'm with you.
How do we wish
Doctor
to
nods.
maneuver this corpse out of this building? Because it's not going to be easy to get this brick shit house of a man who's probably a good 6'2", 300 pounds of raw muscle. How do we get him out of this space?
And unfortunately, I did hear we're not allowed to drag corpses around anymore, so that sucks.
Yeah,
I think that was about me, actually. Was it not?
Yeah, you kind of killed a vampiric prince and then had his body
I did
on
forget
you.
he was in my bag. In my defense, we were in our hideout. We were like in our hideout. It was
Still,
in my bag
but
in the hideout.
you had him inside a purse. It's
We're
just
not talking
okay.
about Bernie this man out.
yeah, stop weekend and birding
Can we-
people. All right, so what are we doing?
Can you... hang on, I'm reading. Give me 1 second.
Now
please.
remember, you do have the power of money.
We do have the power of money. That helps.
Yeah, I mean, I think the solution to here just pay people to look the other way as we drag a corpse out.
Is there like a I don't know, a gurney or something? Something that we could like ostensibly like be rolling, you know, this guy on and have it look like official, like, oh, we're doing stuff?
Also, in that vein, are there any lab coats that might just be lying around that we could perhaps just, I don't know, make it more official looking?
I don't really think there's a good way of officially looking anything when you're dragging around a corpse.
Okay, that's fair.
All right, so as you look around yourselves, you see a strange. You see a large closet that says "extra uniforms."
Okay.
Actually, you know what? No, we're gonna do this the traditional way. Give me a range of 20 numbers.
A range of 20 numbers.
40,
On a D100. On a D100. Give me
Okay.
a range of 20 numbers, and you roll it. And if you get it, congratulations, you feel up.
Oh god, please don't say the R word. I just finished studying stats.
Oh, rip. Do we each have to do this?
The coterie in its entirety will pick a range
Okay.
of 20 numbers, be on a D100. And if you
Okay.
land within that threshold,
All right.
congratulations.
Jack already said a range, so
Yeah,
let's just
40
go
to
with
60.
All right, what was the range again?
40, 60.
40 to 60? All right, roll me a D100 and let's see what happens. Oh, if any of us wishes to...
Nowhere near.
nowhere near it. You open up the extra supply closet, and unfortunately, it has been completely emptied out. There is a small note that says, "I took these to the dry cleaners," and that's about it. There are no extra uniforms. What do we wish to do? Get coterie. Also, if anyone wishes to stream so that the rest of the jackanapes can see the scene, you're more than welcome to. Jack.
I would argue that one person should dress in an official capacity, and the rest of us can look as if we are the mourning family members.
And that we're burying him at home. In a garden. By a tree.
That's a lovely idea. What do I have to roll to get an answer for if there's like a gurney or something with wheels?
You just look around. There's a
Okay.
gurney.
Wouldn't they be
There's a
on
gurney?
gurney?
Wonderful, thank you.
There's a gurney. There's always a gurney.
Okay.
Oh, I guess they probably wouldn't be. Okay.
So I have like so Dr. Morgagni always carries her like equipment bag with her.
Do
Hang
you
on, I
have
have to
your
check my
doctor's
persuasion.
license with you that, you could like F you
Define
out?
license.
I don't know. Whatever you got, sister.
No, I don't exactly have that. Sorry, in media res. The licensing committee and I have disagreements.
I see.
My uh who among our merry group is good at persuading others and could be potentially in charge of talking if anyone stops us? I'm afraid I don't have that gift.
I could step in and ward off the curious.
Wonderful. Then it seems we have our plan.
All right, gang. Execute Order 66.
Doctor, shall I cling to you tearfully?
Happily.
We're gonna do we're planning to do the family member gambit.
Of course.
That is correct. The doctor will act in an official capacity as a medical professional. Meanwhile, the rest of us will be onlookers and family members returning the recently deceased to the family estate.
Certainly. And we should only have to keep this up until we reach the vehicle.
I'll start now. She's going to like completely shift her entire like persona from being like kind of lofty and smiley to like crying and weeping and pull out a handkerchief and immediately like kind of get ready to cover her, mouth and blow her nose and act as though she did.
The doctor will reach over and squeeze Daphne's hand reassuringly before hefting the Guru corpse onto the gurney and starting to arrange it in a normal-looking capacity.
I don't even know the check for this. Just give me some jazz here to see how you managed to pull this off. Like, it's
all
like
of us?
To put the corpse up there, or for all of this?
no, for presenting it so it doesn't look like you're stealing a body, the whole 9 yards. Like,
Medicine. Can I roll medicine?
yeah, you could roll medicine, I guess.
Am I rolling as well?
I could roll biology if it'll make you feel better.
No, we don't do that here. Performance in medicine will be sufficient. Alright, let's see what we got here.
Listen, I've stolen a lot of corpses in my day.
H.H. Holmes, he learned it from me! Like, as a matter of fact, I was H.H. Holmes! Like,
He took the fall for me.
I made that guy a fucking toolie. That's how good I am. You actually make the most tasteful. We are taking a beloved loved one to the great beyond setup you have ever conjured. It's actually extremely tasty. Like, you begin to make your way up to the upper levels, and the Bobby that let you in here looks at you, gives Juan Carlos a wink, and says, "Oh, it seems you got your family members with you, huh?"
I give him a nod.
It's like, there's a...
While frowning.
No, actually, he looks at you and goes, "Well, there's a fee for moving a corpse." He extends out his hand and coughs.
I just put a solid 1 ounce bar in it.
He's like, "Do you need an escort?"
No.
All right.
I'm a pat him on the shoulder and say, "You're doing good work."
Thanks, boss. And he goes, make way for the dead!" He gets everyone, he starts waving people out of the side. The rest of the people moving all the corpses for the rest of the city start to shuffle disheveled, crushed bodies out of your way. He politely gestures you towards your Studebaker Model 500, which I wish that Captain and Dex could see right now because it's a shitty car. And you find yourselves there quickly and with relish. What would we like to do now?
We're definitely going to be playing music as we do this procession in the car.
Wait, are we doing like a second line or something?
No. Like once the car is loaded up with the body, we will drive away, and the music will be playing as we drive away.
Booty,
What
booty,
kind?
booty,
Right,
rockin'
that makes
never
more
well,
sense.
but like
My bad.
1906 edition. I'm desperately trying to find it. Okay, first.
Can we just play like the 1906 version of Dragula? Since that's essentially what we have. I know it's not what we have, but to me it's a Dragula.
That's exactly what's happening right now. I'm trying to find this fucking car that I gave you, fucking assholes. It's like a very specific model of a Studebaker. So anyway, you make your way down the gangway in your goofy 1906 car that I imagine takes coal and requires races in a run, and it goes down the street. And you now are we?
I like to think the song. I like to think the song is "The Entertainer."
By
No,
Billy Joel?
it's actually Yakety Sax.
I'm gonna say it's a little early.
None of those songs were made. Wait, The Entertainer.
The Entertainer was made in 1902, so yes, that would be
It's
very relevant.
All right, so you're blasting the Entertainer as on your phonograph, as Juan Carlos has to manually crank the phonograph on your fucking shitty car as you move along.
Oh my
Of course, you are all wearing goggles and full gear because if you go more than 5 miles an hour, you'll die. It's just science. We all know this. Like you've read the papers. Your jalopy barrels down the ruins of San Francisco. Where are we going? We're gonna go drop it off at Auntie's house. I imagine that's what we're gonna be doing.
Yes, that's a.
Okay, perfect.
I just had to play the song for myself on Spotify, and I'm just.
The Entertainer is a classic for a reason.
Yes, I do know it.
All right, so you make your way over to Auntie's house. Let me prep the map here. Anticipating already that you jackanapes are going to do this because you're scoundrels. All right, you make your way down to the northwest part of the city. Auntie Ethel's import and export business is over by the docks, over by Pier 39. The docks are quiet, and a chill wind slices through the streets. A light is on within the given address. What do we like to do? I will remind you that you're hauling around a corpse. Now, the guy's Italian, so barely a white person at this point, so you might get away with this, but I wouldn't dawdle too long.
Did you call it Auntie Ethel's?
No, she's
He did.
aunties.
Like,
Yeah,
the
but you did
fuck?
misspeak and say Auntie Ethel.
Oh, my bad. I've been doing that the entire time. Anyway, carry on. Thanks. You're in front of Auntie's house. What do we want to fucking do? She's not a hag. Shut up.
This is no longer tastefully arranged now that it's in the back of a car, huh? The corpse.
The wind has definitely screwed everything up. His hair is ruined.
No, not his coif.
Daphne just smoothing it.
Hey,
Just spitting on the man's scalp, desperately
you
trying to get it
drive
back.
up to the door, and then perhaps a gentleman could knock, since she seems to like them better.
The entertainer blasts down the street as the coterie.
Maybe we could turn down the music.
Okay, you know the term put a sock in it? There's no volume control on a phonograph. You had to like shove
Maybe we
shit.
could stop it.
You instruct JC to attempt to put a sock in it. He actually starts to remove his socks and shove them in the horn, and that manages to
dear.
muffle the music.
Is this the only song that comes with this car?
Yeah, these are expensive. They're not cheap.
It doesn't come with the car. We brought it here.
Oh, that's right.
This is our circus.
It is welded into the vehicle.
No. Target. Okay.
The entertainer is lodged in the wax cylinder hole and cannot be
If we
removed.
stop cranking it, will it stop?
It continues to play the entertainer.
I apparently cranked it so much it has reserve power.
Oh no.
It becomes
Who rented this?
it becomes self-powered from momentum.
So you
Hey,
cranked,
is one of you a soldier?
I was actually about to say they cranked that soldier boy so hard that the entertainer is not stopping. like So as the coterie gets out of your Studebaker Model 500, the entertainer is still playing despite socks being shoved in the hole, and you can hear a commotion come from inside the building where you hear someone start to mutter curses in French, and the door opens, and in front of you is Auntie, still in her traditional mourning wear, and goes, "I see that you have unfortunately assisted my clan in retrieving a member of our esteemed family. Is that my dear Bartholomew?" She steps forward and cradles his body ever so slightly. She runs her gloved hand across his cheek and goes, "And what is this?" She brushes the wound on the front of his chest and looks at the lot of you through her veils, awaiting an answer.
Examination of the body in the morgue revealed that this appears to be done with a silver blade. We don't know if he was exsanguinated before or after arriving at the morgue, but we did recover all of his blood that was there. We hope this is everything.
She
Takes the blood out of.
She leans forward, and you can see her press her nose to his chest, and she begins to sniff the wound, run her fingers along its breadth, and then place a finger under her veil, and you can hear her suck on the residue, and goes, "Silver. A silver weapon. Most inappropriate. A hunter,
Yes,
perhaps?
Auntie.
I do not care for that. I do not like the kind within the wonder of San Francisco. They must be pushed back. Thank you kindly for
Sure.
this." She lifts his 280-pound body with relish and abandon. It's effortless for her. She goes, "I will take him now. Is there anything else you need?"
How long
Do you
have you been struggling with these hunters?
"They've been stalking our kind since the dawn of time. Don't you know that, my sister? Even back in old Sumeria, the antediluvians were hunted by the hunters. Whenever we exist, there is always another. Whenever there's an other, There is always something within seeking to press us down back into dust. My kind are just a little bit better at staying in the shadows in broad daylight. I imagine the kindred are not quite so suited to bearing witness to the breadth of the sun and its hiding factors.
Yes. I meant to say, how long have they been plaguing San Francisco, or has there been a time where perhaps their presence was not so noticeable?
I've been here since the age of Emperor Norton, and not since the 1860s have I seen anything here of any note. This is most unusual. Usually they confine themselves to the eastern coasts or the south, or, God forbid, Texas. This far west? It's strange. I didn't think they came out this far. They must be hunting something. And I believe that my dear Bartholomew was merely a after effect of their hunt.
Thank you, Auntie. We apologize for your loss, and we thank you for the helpful information.
She gives you
Are there any?
she gives you a very firm curtsy while still holding in like her two hands this 280-pound brick shithouse we made. I appreciate your candor and relish. Thank you. Now, is there anything else you need of me? Have you made any headway in discovering the rest of my brethren?
If you have a list of names or other physical descriptions, that would be helpful. This is all we have so far, but we're about to head back out.
Oh, of course. There is Bartholomew, which you have here, and there are 4 others. I will write down their names for you. I'll give you those names after we take a bathroom break. All right. Is there anything else we
Thank
want
you.
to do after she ponies up the names? Or are we done talking to Auntie?
I have nothing else to say.
She gives...
I think I'll let her put him down.
All right,
Yeah.
she gives yet another firm curtsy while still holding this brick shit house in hand, and then enters back into the room and kicks the door shut with her heeled foot. We are now going to take a potty break. Welcome back to the Broken Bay, episode 3. When we last left our cantankerous ne'er-do-wells, they threw a dead Italian man at what they only presume is another Italian woman, without any relish, and then drove off, listening to the entertainer on their phonograph, like a bunch of yahoos. Menacing entertainer sounds dissipate into the depths of the fog of San Francisco in the dead of night. What do we wish to do now? It is actually conveniently around 11 o'clock. The charity event is transpiring within an hour. What would we like to do?
I propose that we go to the charity event and
All
make
right,
an
back to studying.
acquaintance.
Night, guys.
All right, let her cap.
Good night.
Hi, Captain.
And make acquaintances with the representative of the mages. I want to emphasize that I don't think we should disclose anything that we've discovered about the corpses, in particular the one who was clearly killed by magecraft. I think we should keep that close to the chest for now. We should also, before we go, create a plan for how we're going to present ourselves. We are not trying to give any impression that the prince is no longer with us. So we should get our story straight before people start asking us questions. Any ideas?
I have a
Well,
quick
I think it.
question. Oops,
Go ahead.
I can ask it after though, babe, if you want to go.
No, I thought it appropriate that we present ourselves as sort of like the recent hires and like lieutenants of the prince.
Sounds good.
Just a quick out of media res question for the storyteller. Where is my ghoul?
Yes.
Where's my ghoul? I would like to get him.
You just
into
left.
this
You
thing.
just left that guy in that bombed out basement.
I know,
I'll
and I
tell.
would like to retrieve him.
You, I guess you technically have time to go get him, though. I think having, David Duchovny as like a walking corpse wandering around might throw off people. So I want to get
Maybe
in
that
that.
notice.
It's gonna be very. It's David Duchovny. It's gonna be very noticeable.
All right, fine.
Okay, so what do we want to? What do we want to do here? What do we want to do next game?
Why don't we, Daphne, why don't we go to the charity event for now, just to make sure we're there in plenty of time, and then we'll pick up your man when we're done. If he's been alright so far, he'll probably be alright for another couple of hours. Does that sound good?
Daphne looks up and thinks to herself, wondering if he is all right after like 2 nights of being in a hole, and says, and then just goes, huh, I think you're right, and I believe the charity event is the best place for us to go next. So I'm game. I would love to retrieve him afterwards.
Certainly.
Poor
We
David
absolutely
Duchovny.
will. Gentlemen, anything else to say before we head that way?
I have nothing to add.
Maybe turn off the entertainer.
Can we please?
It can't be turned off.
It's been
remember?
playing the entire time you've been having this
It's-
conversation.
It's for ambiance.
I'm gonna pick up the monograph and just smash it.
That's like $5,000 in that time period's money.
It's
so that'd be-
welded into the car.
he's
Alright,
got
I'm gonna.
he's got a strength of 5. He
$4
could
whole
do it.
dollars.
I have a strength of 3. It's just that my melee is 5.
Oh, okay. So he just lifts it and smashes it, I guess. Like. So you smash it, but the entertainer somehow continues to play in the car.
We're being
Did
haunted.
we smash it outside the car?
Still the entertainer.
This is clearly the work of the mages.
God.
Who did this?
They're on my hit list.
Wizards.
All right. Well, Daphne will help herself into the car, and I guess we'll take our 2-mile-an-hour drive to the charity event.
Wait, did you put your
center.
goggles on first?
Oh, excuse me.
Your uterus will
Yes.
fall out.
What?
Your uterus will fall out.
Oh my God.
I do like to appreciate that the coterie actually puts on goggles and like flight helmets so they get in the car like they would have the time period. Because there's no windshield. There's no windshield, so they didn't exist.
No, we're just completely in attire, even though I'm sure we
Ladies
don't even need.
also would be wearing driving gloves because we cannot dirty our hands. Although maybe that only stands for the for Daphne, because I know that the doctor might already have dirtied their hands. I don't know.
She has blood in her
The doctor
hands.
wears gloves.
Yes. Yes.
You can't just strangle a tramp and remove his entrails to put them in someone else without gloves, you Philistine. You'll catch my asthma. like, oh yeah, we didn't have germ theory yet. Not for another 10 years. Okay.
No.
So, you make your way with ominous entertainer sounds in the background to the charity event of Oswald the Magnificent. I will now load the next map. You can see Auntie shaking her fist at a lot of you as you exit the area because she continues to hear the entertainer. It's going to be our greatest running gag. You find yourselves outside a large and stately theater that is mysteriously intact despite the earthquake and its conflagrations. Large, colorful banners of great quality advertise a charity show to raise funds for disaster victims. The theater is crowded. Despite it being midnight, there's a large crowd. There's probably a good several hundred people mingling about. The din of their rancor is overwhelming. You are on the exterior of the theater, and you see everyone crowded around, seeing the vibrant lights from the interior and the show coming on. People clapping and jeering and whistling. What do we like to do?
Let's find somewhere to park the car and make our way inside as discreetly as we can. Maybe park the car somewhere far away if it's still blasting the entertainer. Somehow.
Is there a valet?
Somehow there's a valet, but it's usually for horses.
I don't know if we should draw that much attention to ourselves parking valet.
You are all trillionaires and you're driving a car in 1906. You have already.
Yeah, seriously, I'm like, we're not about to park our own fucking car when we're already this like lavishly fucking wealthy.
Okay.
JC just slipping the guy like $100 as a tip.
And mostly, I mean, is the entertainer actually blasting, or is that just like?
No, it's a joke. No, he broke it. It no longer works. Like,
It's just a bit. It's just a bit.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah, because I was about to add that to my reason of why the mages are on my hit list.
Yeah.
as soon as you pull up, the entertainer stops as you hand the keys to the valet. The valet has never driven a car before, though. But JC tips him $5 whole American dollars, and he goes, "Oh boy, sir, you got it!" And you hear him fucking up the gears as he attempts to drive away.
Is he Mickey Mouse?
Yes. Oh boy! Oh, you got it, sir.
That's what I heard in my head.
It's a hormonal issue. So you give him the $5, which I.
It's hormonal.
It's glandular. So. Alright, so what do we wish to do now?
That's a big fucking map.
Jesus Christ, $5 in 1906 is $180 today, so you just tip that guy a small fortune. Can you break a 5? It's like, what am I, Rockefeller? Okay, so you hear the large rancor of the crowd, people clapping with aplomb and relish, whoos and ahs, and, and gasps of fright. What do we wish to do?
Why don't we see what all the commotion is about, and see who's up on stage first.
All right, give me some checks to move through the crowd. The DC is 1. Just don't beat this. Do not beat.
Okay.
It's forbidden to beef.
What? Is this just a dex check?
A uselessly high check.
Jesus Christ! Juan Carlo, with the dexterity of a primo ballerina, moves through the crowd like a fish through a rough storm, effortlessly. Oh, so does Victor. Okay, Victor and Juan Carlo, I want you to narrate how you move this enormous crowd to discern the nature of the performance. Meanwhile, the ladies are left in the dust.
I mean, Castro just kind of meanders through the crowd, but is somehow like able to catch the eye of the onlookers and just somehow like appear amenable as if they are meeting an old friend, but this is an old friend that is kind of like a rolling stone and in a hurry, and hey, it's nice to see you as they keep moving on, that kind of thing.
I love that. That's fantastic. Give yourself one free reroll. Jot that down. You get one free reroll. You can use this on a rouse check too. That was fantastic. Now about you, Jack.
Juan Carlo is moving through the crowd, having just a morose look on his face as though he's very used to working through a crowd. And he moves, avoiding people before they even think to take a step to get in his way. He's predicting the flow of the crowd and moving with the flow. He was made for crowd work.
Perfect. Now, Daphne, you actually did a pretty decent job. So how do you maneuver your way through the crowd? And I hope you're ready for the shit show I'm going to give you, honey. So, Daphne.
Daphne moves her way through the crowd, fluidly and rather languid. God, I'm sorry, I can't talk tonight. I'm just gonna say artistically. Just because her movements are almost dance-like, of course. So it is almost as if a ballet as well.
You trick several men into thinking that you're interested in them, and they move out of the way in order to take your embrace, and you just breeze right past them, and they go, and manage to make your way to the front.
Can I have? This might be too late, but can I have actually somehow arm in arm with the doctor brought her with me?
She didn't do her roll right, so let's see what she
The
does
do-
now.
The doctor's trying to figure out what would be a good skill to roll with. Is leadership?
No.
Can I roll with leadership?
I guess if you want to join the performance, yeah, you know what? I'll
Oh
give
no,
that.
I
Yeah.
don't want to do that.
No.
Okay.
You can lead Daphne and give her
If she would be
sapphic
amenable.
dreams. She will be amenable. She wants the sapphic shit.
I'm amenable.
Can I do it with composure? Is that gonna?
That's fine.
Will you let me? Okay.
That's reasonable. Go ahead.
Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck me.
So, Daphne, explain how you assist Dr. Friend Morgagni to get to the front of the line. Because you can see that she's failing. Her enormous outfit is just getting stuck on the jackanapes. Several men are cloistering upon her accoutrement and her instruments, and it's throwing off her game. She's throwing off her game.
Is there music playing?
Of course there is, and I want you to take a
Okay.
guess what it is.
Is the entertainer?
It's the entertainer.
Okay, you're driving me crazy.
No, actually, it's the cakewalk. It's the cakewalk.
It's just the entertainer all the way.
Wait, it's all the entertainer.
Daphne's gonna do this thing that girls do where they draw attention to themselves by giggling a lot and loudly and having a lot of fun, and sort of like, I hope, I guess, by doing this giggling and entire performance that they will just think we're two drunk girls and I can twirl her through the audience to the front.
The ravenous
Wonderful.
crowd is stricken by your aplomb and relish, and they part to take witness to your scene, and you, along with the gentlemen, arrive at the front of the fray. You can see a magician putting on a fantastic show. Give me an occult check.
On it, boss.
Or actually,
Finally, something I can do.
give me occult, investigation, or awareness. Dealer's choice. You can pick any of the three, and that is everyone who is watching.
Are you goddamn fucking kidding me?
Wow. They're not sending their best.
You said
Can I
occult
do
or what?
Awareness and dexterity.
Investigation, occult, or awareness.
I'm gonna do it.
Wow, the doctor beat me by the fucking. Woo, Victor, hey, much more. Jesus
Can I rouse
Christ.
Victor
Reroll.
is a space cadet for a moment.
Yeah, you were thrown off by the Rancor. Yes, honey,
Okay.
you can rouse to reroll, but you have to take the hunger penalty.
Yeah, that's fine. Balls.
You can
Okay.
you can still do it. It's just you take the hunger penalty.
Okay, so Ian, how can I do that reroll?
So what you do is you rouse the blood, and then if you succeed, you do it. If you fail, you do it. The only difference is that you just take a hunger penalty or not.
Okay, but I have that reroll from earlier, so it sounds like I just don't get the hunger penalty either way.
Yeah, I would honestly save that for later because Doctor already passed. She's fine. Yeah, I would stow that one for later. Like when you're trying to stab like a ghost and you need to kill the ghost, I would save the reroll for that. Not that there's any ghosts in this session. So, let me just send Libby what she discovered.
Ooh. Hang on, this is just your supernatural fanfic.
Shut up. Get out of my head, you bitch. Like,
Babe, we gotta watch Supernatural because you know who's in Supernatural?
Jensen
for a little
Ackles,
bit?
I know.
No, it's Walter Skinner.
Really?
Yeah, he is.
I don't care about that. I only care about Jensen Ackles. So,
I only care about
That's
Walter
funny.
Skinner.
yeah, I only care about Jensen Ackles. So we're going to discuss that later. So anyway, honey, I sent you what you have discovered. You can huddle your compatriots and explain to them what you are seeing.
Thank you. So the doctor will so she'll take Daphne's hand and sort of like try to get her attention, and then she'll gesture at the gentleman to get their attention. And so they'll lean in, and she'll quietly say, "This must be Oswald the Magnificent. He is clearly performing magic." And she says this tactfully in case there anywhere else is possibly listening.
And what kind of magic are we seeing him perform?
Magic.
Real magic. Real magic, not stage magic.
Like
Yes,
from a
no, I
mage, not blood sorcery, from a mage.
What is he doing? Maybe I missed it.
He's doing all the classics, like the escaping from a thing, sawing a lady in half. He's doing all the bona fides that a magician would do during the time period.
Yeah, he's just instead of using stagecraft, he is in fact just using actual, magecraft.
But what you're telling
Magecraft,
me
not
is he's
stagecraft.
lazy.
Yes. Instead of learning a new skill, he's using the skill he already has. We're taking
Base.
points off for this.
So if we're so close up front, I just want to know if you know how when you're very close to the front of a stage, you can sort of see backstage. Can we peer backstage at all? Like catch a little bit of what's going on?
You see troubadours and minstrels clapping with wide-eyed, gleamy looks at his artistry. You can also see working through the crowd various troubadours and minstrels with the top hat overturned, collecting donations. The hat is filled to the brim with coins and bills, and they come to the lot of you like, "Spare a little for the pool, governor."
Daphne's gonna lean over to the doctor and just ask, "Can you tell if there are any other mages here?" Gesturing with her lovely eyes to the troubadours collecting donations.
Let me check my sorry. The doctor thinks about this for a moment, and says,
Give me an occult check.
"I can try." Occult check? Great.
Yeah. The only way to discern the presence of a mage is through aspects, which you do not possess.
Well, then why did you ask me for an occult check?
Because you're the only one that would know how to know that.
Okay. Alright, so the doctor thinks about it and uses her occult powers and then says, I don't have that ability, but I think you do. And while the hats are here, she gestures at Juan Carlo and says, please put in some coins for me. We will make more direct donations after the show. But for now,
so I
little
drop
bit
in
will do.
5 gold coins. Let me see if Juan Carlo has a mundane currency like quarters and shit.
No, he doesn't have coins. He has paper bills, like 1s, 5s, 10s, 20s. Even has a $100 bill on him, which is like a comical amount of money.
No, here's the thing. He does have coins. It's all gold coins.
It's all gold from El Dorado. You chuck in an Aztec period coin into the hat.
We're gonna be so easily tracked.
I was gonna say, I almost feel like that's too
No, it'd be a
okay.
Cougaron. It's a fucking South African Cougaron. It's a relatively modern coin. He chucks it in there.
We'd be I'm concerned we'd be pulling a Mansa Musa here, where we just completely artificially influence the economy based by our own presence.
Just
Oh, we
That
are
is the
going to
problem.
do that.
That's the problem with JC. So, do you toss a cougar in there, or do you give them a reasonable amount of
Why would I give them a reasonable amount of money?
money? So you want to give them an
Obviously.
egregious
being
amount of money.
inconspicuous.
Alright, fine. I
Go
put
bigger.
in, like, 2 ounces of gold.
What the? That's like
Two
that's,
U.S. 2 U.S. Treasury ounces of gold.
that's so much money. So you toss in 2 Liberty full gold dollars, which they still exist at this time period.
Yes.
That's like $2,000. So you toss that shit in there. The minstrel goes, "Oh my word! Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'll be sure to tell Oswaldo about this. He loves charity." And he slinks off into the distance and disappears into the crowd.
Well, that's one way to score an audience.
We should have asked to meet him.
You're gonna get it. So
I think we will
congrats.
now.
Congrats, JC, for being overly generous to the poor. So the show continues on for an extra 20 minutes, and eventually Oswald the Magnificent dismisses the entire crowd, saying, "Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your candor and grace, but now is the time to depart. It seems we have raised a princely sum, perhaps even that of a baron. And now we can help rebuild our great city back to its old visage. I welcome you, I implore you, and I hope to see you again soon." And he disappears with a puff of smoke.
Can we go back to the part where I have informed Daphne that she has auspex and can determine if there are mages?
Correct. Do you want to do an aspect roll, Queen?
Are the troopers all gone from the audience already?
Everyone has
Or
started to
are we-
flit out fairly quickly as the troubadours push everyone out, but one of the troubadours, the one that took JC's extreme donation, comes up to you and says, "A lot of you could stay. The great Oswald wishes to invite you to the after party." And the troubadour suddenly in their hand has a bottle of absinthe and just shoves it into JC's hand and says, "For your indulgences, sir. Thank you kindly. Straight from France. No lead." And then departs.
I think that if we're going backstage, it'd be apropos for me to save my assessment for a more intimate crowd.
Whatever you think is best.
So, are we going backstage?
Yeah, you were cordially invited by the troubadour, and you have a bottle of absinthe in your hand.
That we can't drink unless somebody has consumed.
Unless you have
Foods.
iron gullet. Or you
I think I have iron gullet.
Or
Yeah,
you
baby.
Oh, you're gonna start butt chugging that fucking bottle of absinthe?
Is that a discipline?
No, it's an advantage.
It's a merit.
Yeah, it's a merit, which is an advantage. You can
Yeah.
eat food and look normal while you do it. So you can sip absinthe, and you don't get any pleasure from it, but you don't look like a freak.
You can also eat cold blood, rancid blood, and fractionated plasma.
Based, which doesn't exist. So
Yeah.
Where are our merits on the sheet, or just something?
That's gonna be the
I got it. I found it actually. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
So anyway.
All right, let's head backstage.
So you make your way backstage to Oswald the Magnificent. You are greeted with rancor and revelry. You hear drunken renditions of Shakespeare and a variety of other plays. Some poor soul is actually doing a few renditions of Ibsen that no one is paying attention to. Drinks are being passed with reckless abandon, and you see Oswald the Magnificent doing some sleight of hand that isn't quite sleight of hand to entertain the upper echelons of San Franciscan society. He looks around the crowd and he locks eyes with you, Juan Carlos, and says, "Ah, my friend! You are the one who is most esteemed in his donations. Please come here. The great Oswald wishes to bestow upon you a great trick." He extends out a hand.
I will go ahead and join him on stage.
Perfection, perfection. Now, my good man, where are you? Where do you hail from, my good man? He extends a microphone in front of your face that was not presently there when he was speaking with you.
Mm, I came from Spain. I saw a great opportunity in the U.S.
Ah, ¿qué parte de España? Asturias, Gijón, Granada.
God, I don't know what part of Spain he's from.
Just
What's the
pick
capital
one.
of Spain?
Madrid. You gonna deliberate on it?
1 second. Sorry,
Okay.
my headphones are flicking out.
You can be from Extremadura, Castile, Asturias, Granada,
Fucking
Cordoba.
was Madrid around back then?
Yeah, it dates back to like the 1300s.
I'm just gonna say Madrid.
He raises an eyebrow and goes, "Oh, did you have fun at the Prado?"
What do you mean by Prado?
It's the chief art museum in Madrid. Would
I've never had the opportunity to visit. I gained my riches over here.
He places a firm hand upon your biceps and your shoulders and says, "Ah, I see that you're a man of the land. You make your living in the soil, beneath the earth, the metals coaxed out from her womb into your hands. Am I right, sir?"
Yeah, that's how I made quite a bundle.
I could tell that the years are worn into you like a river into the soils, like the Coronado through the Grand Canyon. Am I right, sir?
Well, I'm retired for a reason.
It seems that you could still ply your trade if you saw fit, right, sir?
Oh, yes. I'm still out and about, aren't I?
He presses the microphone tentatively close to your nose. You can feel the static of its coursing electricity. And may I have your name, sir?
My friends can call me JC.
Christ himself has returned, ladies and gentlemen! You see a large, raucous applause from the crowd. You hear a man drop his champagne bottle because he tentatively believes that you are the second coming for a brief moment. So, my good JC, Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, would you care to indulge us in a miracle?
You have my attention, sir.
He takes out from the back of his hand a large bar of steel, about 4 inches thick, 3 feet long, and he presses it into your hands. Now, good sir, bend this and show us the powers of Christ returned.
I'm gonna look at the bar of steel and then look at the man and be like, oh, I don't know how magical I am. My hands are a bit old.
Oh, come on, sir. There's nothing the little good old Harvard tried can't fix. Now bend it! Bend it now and show the people the power of Christ our Lord risen.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit into trying to bend the steel, but like keep it to mortal standards. While also like going red in the face from I can't go red in the face from strain. While putting a look of strain on my face.
Carry on. Give me an athletics check, my darling. Oh, melee, my dear, melee, my dear.
Wow.
What did you get?
A 2.
Jesus Christ. You may do so again. Free rouse check. When you when you initially begin to bend the bar, you feel your senses failing you. You may get a +2 to that. Goddamn. All right, you bend the bar. How do you bend it? Describe it.
Like the first time you see me trying to bend it, putting my thumb in the middle, doesn't really do it. But then I'll give it a grunt and then put it on my knee, lift my knee a little bit, and just start to slowly bend it.
Oswald the
knee for
Magnificent
leverage.
begins to clap. The rest of the patricians and patriarchs begin to clap with aplomb. Bravo, bravo! Christ has risen! Christ can bend! He can bend anything, even evil, towards righteousness! You bend the bar quickly and swiftly. Oswald the Magnificent slaps you on the back firmly and soundly and brings you in close and says, I knew you could do it, Jesus.
I'll chuckle.
Is now an okay time for me to just quietly check my aspects of the crowd?
Yes. You may roll an Auspex check. I think Auspex is the only one that doesn't immediately violate the masquerade, so go ahead and give me an Auspex check.
Now there's a couple of them that don't immediately violate.
You could do it with advantage. You had time. And you get a +2 check. The DC is 4.
And what does advantage mean again?
Just do it again.
Okay. And a +2?
Yeah, so just add 2. So whatever the roll was, just add 2.
So roll and then you'll add 2 manually, or I do something with the vampire dice?
No, you just roll it, and then you add 2 to whatever happens.
Okay.
Oh my god, you did it. Alright, so with your Auspex roll, you can see undulating bands of magical energy emanating from Oswald the Magnificent. He's quite the prolific mage. Probably one of the firmest that you've experienced in your life. He's not one to trifle with. You can tell based on his machinations that he is acutely aware of the status of the coterie as vampires, and he is toying with you almost to break the masquerade. Hence the display with JC in the metal bar. But as far as the people can tell, it's all a parlor trick.
And do I sense any other mage presence at all?
He is the
Perhaps
only...
from the troubadour?
None. He is the only mage within range. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you do not mind, I need to consort with our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and his mere 3 apostles. If you will bid me adieu, I will consign myself to my quarters. Now, please avail yourselves of food and drink. The people of the city have been generous, and be generous to yourselves. Sobriety is the greatest distance from God. He quaffs a brandy and slams the glass into the ground. Now, please, Christ, if you do not mind. He escorts a lot of you into a room over in the northwest.
As we're walking, Daphne is going to, just kind of put her hands out before everybody starts walking. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I just ate something really spicy. And say, just, he knows. Just like a subtle, he knows.
A lot of you enter into the room. The door is shut, and you can feel the atmosphere change. Oswald the Magnificent slumps into his chair and looks out at a lot of you and says, I was wondering when your dread kind would traipse into here and disturb my performances. I suppose how may I be of some semblance of assistance? Now, Juan Carlos, you can make an awareness check, and you're the only one that can do this. Because your resource stat is high enough to know. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
This is Oswaldo Medici, one of the heirs and the major majority stakeholder in Carnegie Steel and Rockefeller Oil. He is one of the greatest trust magnates in the country, a man probably richer than you.
Well, damn.
He meets eyes with you, Han Qualos, and says, "Oh, it seems you remember me from the trade papers now, I like some of your maneuvers in some of the lower markets, but it seems I kind of beat you out on that, didn't I, old boy? Also, thank you for being an excellent stage presence. Usually people can't be up to snuff. I applaud you. No, what do a lot of you need? What else has transpired? Is the prince going to raise taxes again? Does he have other demands of I and the Chthonic Choir? What exactly is happening now?"
We came
We needed him. Oh, go ahead.
We came to check on you, actually. Given the chaos of the fire, the prince sent us to make sure that you and anyone else involved in the maintenance of the Pacific Rail were doing all right, to see if you needed anything. We all have a vested interest in keeping the city up and running as much as possible, and keeping trade moving.
He raises an eyebrow. Usually the sheriff would be broaching these meetings. Why isn't he here?
We were hired. Big city, with intentions to grow. More hands are always helpful, especially when they're reliable.
He smacks his lips. The sheriff has always been a rather hands-on man. Has his hands in everything. Why not now? During this dire time? Causes me to furrow a brow.
Castro chimes in. Given the recent events that transpired here, the prince decided to play the sheriff a little bit closer to the chest and send us in his stead.
Give me a persuasion check. I suppose that's a satisfactory answer. All right then. Since you were acting in his stead, how may I be of assistance, my lords and ladies?
As we said, for now we're checking on you. Many people and many
Also,
industries were affected by the fire. Oh, my apologies, Victor.
none, no offense on your part. You took the words right out of my mouth. We also came here to conduct this social call in order to make ourselves available to you as well and inquire what you may need of us in order to get the financial spigots, as it were, of this great city to flow once more.
He rubs a chin to his hand greets his chin and begins to rub it firmly. He goes, "I'm hardly loath to need money, but one thing I do need is influence. I've been trying to get this little thing up and running. Are you familiar with suffrage?"
Indeed, we.
Women need the vote, and I'm quite the firm advocate. And I'm trying to get a few things pushed forward so we can get a constitutional amendment so that the ladies of this realm can stand in equal stature to men. And I will not, and I will not be halted within the realms of progress. Will you all stand in my way? His hand is out, his fingers are pointing. Will you stand in the way of progress? In the name of that God-given right granted to both men and women, black and white, Gentile and Christian.
I do an investigation check to see if he's being
Insight.
like if he means that.
Insight.
Insight?
Yeah.
Do I have insight? Well, I'll try.
Everyone can roll insight on this to see if this guy's actually as woke as he says he is. Because it's like stupid woke for the time period. Way to go, Daphne.
Whatever.
Got the Juan Carlos gets the highest one. So Juan Carlos and Dr. Morgagni just look at each other with a this guy's on the up and up. He's firm, he's passionate. There's no reason to reveal this particular information at this time. He's the bona fide article. He believes in this. He can sense the hesitation on your face and goes, I am a Niagarist. Equal rights for all. Women, the coloreds, everyone. Mohammedans, even the Chinaman deserves equal representation. All shall labor under the yoke of freedom and dedicate themselves to a great republic. We are made firm by bringing all into the yoke of our America. None shall be spurned from the wonder of liberty and freedom. Do you agree?
Daphne is already smiling, like, wide enough that you can see her pointy teeth and nodding.
JC is gonna respond with, "No, but I won't stand in the way. I won't fight it."
The fuck?
He's an old Spanish man who came from the military and got into money. He's not progressive, but he's not gonna stand in the way of it. He follows around a Dante. So obviously he's okay with suffrage, but he's not gonna fight for it.
Oswald
God, do you know how stubborn Spanish men are?
looks at you and goes, oh my dear Jesus Christ. Are you... His hand comes to his face and you see a single tear streak down his cheek. Do I sense hesitation in your dedication, my good man?
Daphne steps away from him.
The years have worn through you like a river through the valleys, my good man. You have been worn down into a particular shape. Don't you wish to be remade? You can shape yourself into something greater. A whole more wondrous than parts within it which was contained. Do you not wish to become greater, my brother? Now is the time. Suffrage, temperance. There are so many things. Sobriety will save this nation. Suffrage will save this nation. Do you not wish to enter into this new glory? Or do you wish to stand by the wayside as we enter into drunkenness and, God forbid, Fenian habits?
Oops. Oops, you're losing me. Daphne is actually going to say that.
He places a
What
firm
do you mean
hand on your shoulder and goes,
sobriety?
alcohol has crippled this nation. There must come a time when we must resist these impulses. It is now the time for a national sobriety. I support the temperance movement. Alcohol is a pox upon this nation. A realm of drunkards and ne'er-do-wells. All it does is invigor the most loathsome impulses of the mortal condition. It must be gone.
Were you not just yourself advocating the exact opposite, sir?
He shakes his head. We are simply like-minded individuals within the confines of this building. But when a time comes when the law changes, so shall I. But for now, I consign myself to that which exists. We can contain multitudes, can we not? And good fun generates good money. Our coffers are rich now. The city may be rebuilt quickly if we simply give the people the means to which to allow them to rise to the conclusion of charity, because sometimes they are loath to participate.
Regardless of our individual politics, we speak on behalf of the prince, and I am wholeheartedly confident that he is adamant in his allegiance with you and to this great nation as well, regardless of our individual viewings on the situation.
He scoffs. I'm not one for monarchists, but I suppose the prince is the one at the top of the roost. What does he deign fit? He gives you a quizzical eye and goes, "And how is old Teddy doing?"
He
You know
is quite perturbed.
I'm so sorry, everybody. We do have his name, right? It was Theodore.
Yeah,
Or...
Teddy
Theodore
is.
Talbot.
Okay.
Auntie referred to him as Teddy, and now Oswald is referring to him as Teddy. Apparently, he's a little fast and loose with the nicknames.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now, how is old Teddy doing? I haven't heard from him
He
in quite
is,
some time.
as you can expect, he is, as you can expect, quite perturbed by the recent events and has been reclusive in recent days. However, he is quite eager to see the rekindling of this good city and its institution.
Oswald was standing firm, hands clutched in a tentative grip. He now rises from his haunches and then slumps down in his seat with furious abandon. You can hear the distinct thump of him landing within it. Now, why isn't he here right now? When we had the epidemic 2 years ago from cholera, old Teddy came here himself to broach my assistance. Why is he not available? He leans back.
He has not even relayed to us why he has become so reclusive in this regard.
Give me a
He
persuasion
has
check.
only been all the more confident in his orders to act in his stead and to act with his.
Actually, a politics check. Give me a politics check, Victor, on that one. That was very well delivered. Oswald leans back and goes, "That's his modus operandi. All right then. How may I serve? I am at your disposal. Or rather, the prince's disposal, with you as loco in parentis."
Has the rail line been affected by the fires, either directly or by the loss of laborers?
There's been quite a bit of rancor. There's threats of a strike coming from the Delugos. I believe we might need to wrangle with that family in order to keep the supply lines running, at least from the seas. As far as the trains go, I pay my workers in extravagance. There will be no threat of closure. The only issue is that the lines have been kind of run through and wrangled and mired due to the commotion. They'll need to be repaired. That will take at least a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, in order to get everything up to snuff. I believe we'll need to rely upon sea transit in order to effect any substantive change in the trade to the city. So, whatever means you have to get the Delogus on your side, I highly recommend it.
Then it sounds like you are in need of a mediator in these times, to which we make ourselves available.
That would be quite the preference. Myself and the rest of the choir are looking to expand and ferment our role within the West Coast. I'm sensing that within the next few years, the amenable climate and the agriculture within this region will make California quite the powerhouse. Unfortunately, I could see the writing on the wall, and I believe this earthquake has maybe ruined San Francisco's stature. I've heard whispers of a certain farmer down south called Mulholland who might see fit to reshape Los Angeles into something more befitting of the wonder that is our present city. We should make sure that that does not happen. We need not interfere directly with those mechanisms. We can always have a duopoly. I mean, the Roman Empire was once split into two, and it functioned quite fine for 1,000 years. But we should be at least an understanding that we have competition. Does that make sense, ladies and gentlemen?
Competition with Los Angeles.
Give it enough time, and the water down there, and those orange groves down in Orange County, and we might find ourselves in a bit of a tussle. But that's probably something for a few decades down the road. We can manage for now. San Francisco will rise again from the ashes as she has done before. She is quite resolute. She's a firm broad. A good pedigree, a good family, a good name, and resolute in constitution. We'll rise again. I mean, we dare not disappoint the Emperor Norton. Praise be his name. May he rest in peace.
Then it sounds like we have marching orders. When are
Quite.
you intending to enact your repairs?
I am moving with expediency. I am dedicating some of my reserves in order to pay workers an extravagance in order to function more efficiently. I am importing more workers from the Eastern Bend. We're going to get quite a bit of immigration here. Well, actually, immigration would be the more proper term. Americans for Americans, as one will. They'll be fine. There's quite a few Southerners who may see fit to free themselves from the yoke of Jim Crow, and I am more welcome to bring them here so they can lay down their roots. I will put forward capital for housing, assistance, clothing, food, whatever sees fit, as long as we have bodies. If they labor themselves here, they will be taken care of more kindly than when they were a babe in the womb. You have my assurances. I'm a progressive.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So you're enacting those repairs which you expect to take 1 to 2 weeks
Immediately.
immediately.
I've already made the calls earlier today in order to get out workers. We are putting out circulars in the New York Times, the Boston Globe. Not a penny spent. We are going to get a tenfold return on what we are having here. Tenfold return. I guarantee you San Francisco will rise from the ashes, and Los Angeles will be but a distant memory 100 years from now. In 2006, Los Angeles will be but a memory. There'll be nothing there but a
Indeed, sir.
barren waste.
Wow.
An admirable spirit.
Hmm.
Becky smiles. Thank you for your time, sir. That concludes all I had to say. Is there anything that I'm missing, my friends?
I do believe you summarized it perfectly. It does sound like we do have our marching orders for the time.
Yes. I'm ready to move. March.
You all know that I'm here mainly as muscle.
As you say this, you see Oswald give you a wink, and he blows you a faint kiss, and then regains his composure. Of course you'd be ready to supply that. Full, my dear Cross. I believe we are in an understanding.
It would certainly seem so.
He leans forward, steps. He gets up off of his desk and leans forward. You can feel the grip of his hands upon the desk and the creaking of the wood. Now, there's one thing I must bear you in mind. I am the more progressive member of the choir. The rest of my cadre are less than inclined to be indulgent towards others. I am the most powerful and resolute of my kind, but I cannot fend off 4 others who seek to have me killed. There may come a time where I may seek your assistance in order to save my own life, And the salvation of my life is the salvation of San Francisco itself. Do you swear to assist me when the time comes? I ask you this out of sincerity.
I sincerely think we can accomplish.
As our prince commands, of course.
He gives you a wink. Of course. I relish your understanding. Now please, make yourselves free of the libations and the candor. We have a variety of troubadours and minstrels. We even have a few Englishmen who actually practitioned over at the Globe itself. Avail yourselves. I believe they're doing a all-woman version of the 12th Night. Quite a performance. The last time I saw. So I highly recommend seeing it.
I'm really excited by the queer 1900s culture, so I'm super jazzed for that.
Yeah, this is you're getting pre-Weimar Republic
Fuck
shit
yeah.
here.
This
So
is
enjoy.
good. This is good queer culture here, you guys.
Now please avail yourselves. Try not to drink all of the champagne. It's imported from Paris. It's expensive. I know I'm made of money, but still, it's kind of rude to take advantage of something.
I don't drink. I can't drink.
He looks you up and down and says, "Oh, you have been disciplined to yourself, my sister." He makes a point at the doctor and goes, "I believe this woman here can handle her drink. She seems to have the consonants. Why can't you?" Well, I believe we shall depart for the evening. I will see you the next time the sun sets. He gives you a faint flourish, gives you a bow, and disappears in a cloud of smoke. And that's where we are going to end the session for today, ladies and gentlemen.
But also a side note is that Daphne finally goes and gets her goal. Please.
Yeah, what within this time period
One day
where
we'll
everyone
come
is
back.
doing body shots off of troubadours and minstrels and acrobats, you are going to
Yeah.
go get the ghoul. All right, so the ghoul is
And he's
acquired.
gonna stand in the corner and